Hi everyone, I want to show you how to make a charcuterie platter, and you can make it any way you like. So tonight I'm using a whole bunch of crackers, just assorted crackers that anybody would like. These fancy dance crackers, some little shelled pistachios, blackberries, an English cucumber. Looks a little strange, but there it is. Some smoked salmon, some Gouda cheese, cheddar cheese, goat brie cheese, and my husband's favorite, green olives. And it's not your typical charcuterie board. In fact, you don't always have to use meat and cheese. You can use whatever you want. So as you can see, I don't know why, but I always start with the crackers first. So I sort of set it up like that. And sometimes just to give it a little bit of height, I prop it up. So these little bowls have little nuts in them, pistachios to be exact. And then I just start adding. And is there any rhyme or reason? Nope, no rhyme or reason. I just sort of do it according to what looks absolutely delicious. And I try to mix it up. Actually, I'm going to stack that there with a variety of sizes. And this is called goat brie cheese. And it looks like this. It's called triple cream goat cheese. It is amazing. So what do you pair wine? What kind of wine do you pair with a goat brie? Well, always a Sauvignon Blanc. Definitely a Sauvignon Blanc. I love this. I think I love this better than a regular brie. And then I start adding a different color cheese and a different type. So this is more of a Gouda. So people always say, oh, how can we do it in these funky little triangles? I don't know, probably because I just don't cut it well. And sometimes it's not layered very pretty. I may need to add more of those. And a Gouda. So what do you pair a smoked Gouda with? There's about 8 different wines, but the favorite go-to is a Cabernet Sauvignon. Very delicious. You need that strong red to go with the Gouda. Same with this cheese, which is a simple medium cheddar. It's actually Tillamook, and it's very delicious, and it's not as expensive. So I put that out because some people just don't like the bries, and they just want a regular old cheese. You know, we grew up with cheddar. They don't want fancy cheeses. So I'm going to put a few more here, just a few, to add it, sort of be friends with the cheddar over there. Give it a little color. I'll show you the best way to cut this in just a second. Then I like to add different things, something to give it color, something that's so absolutely yummy. And people always say, oh, what is this? But what it is it's smoked salmon. And smoked salmon is delicious on its own. It doesn't need dill. It doesn't need to be a lox and bagel sandwich. It can just be rolled up and just taken with a piece to put on a cracker with some cheese. It's delicious. So it comes off in these very strange, uneven little slices. This is the best way, is just to roll it. Make it simple. At times I get fancy and I add flowers and things like this, but this is for just a simple party where there's actually going to be a bunch of young men who do not like flowers and fancy things. They just want food. So we're going to give them food. Okay, and me being a mom of 4 always has to add the vegetables, but I find that they go pretty quickly as well. So here are some sliced English cucumbers. I like these better than American or regular cucumbers that you see in the store because they're firmer, they're crisper, they hold up, and they last longer. Then we've got a bunch. I'm going to add a bunch of dates. Dates are really great, especially because they're sweet. It goes next to the salty lox, and in color-wise, it looks awesome. And speaking of salty, we're going to throw a few of these little deep green instead of the brown Kalamata olives. I'm putting these green ones on. So another thing about cutting these up, you want to make them nice and small. Why? Because they are just picking them up. People don't even want to deal with big chunky things. I don't know if you remember the day and age when everything you had a salad with massive pieces of cucumber, massive pieces of tomato. And I used to think, oh, now I have to cut my salad, which is the purpose of getting a salad, is not to cut it. So here you go. There you go. So now you have your veggies. A little bit more. I'm going to show you the quickest, easiest way to cut up some cheese without getting your knife stuck. You should have a cheese cutter, but I left that at a friend's house, so this is your quick little way. Get a sharp knife, just simply cut it, but as it gets stuck there, put your knife in it, in some water, give it a little wipe. So I like to have a lot of cheese because everybody eats the cheese and crackers. The extras always go later. Throw these little pieces in and throw on some more of this. Okay, there you go. So then you give yourself a little break. You take a look. You put everything away. Actually, just for a little, I'm going to do this. This is kind of fun just to get it there. And there you have it. Cheers, everybody.